the O.C.G, and I'm saying Wolfensteinhausen. I'm just kidding. The New Order. I'm back.
Mr. Blaskovich, I will need some welding equipment, please.
Set.
Yes.
We'll try and some kind of supernatural engineering.
We don't believe in things supernatural, Mama. We believe in God. Das hier it's a philosophy. It is a way of understanding God through knowledge. It is based on pure reason, pure rational thought, not supernatural bupkis.
Huh. So everything you have created, what were you planning on using all that stuff for?
You don't understand, Amale. There was never any purpose or intent of use beyond the act of creation. We create to commune with God. Do you see that?
You've lost me.
It's like mathematical equations.
Go on, Madeline.
And each solved equation brings you closer to God.
I think he's watching. I appreciate you.
Never intended to be used.
No, the act of creation itself is the intended use.
Oh, Tazoi, Madeline. He has something cooking in that Chinik of hers. Do you appreciate the distinction? Mamala, the safekeep I'm about to reveal to you is not a treasure chamber. It is a deep geological repository, protecting some of our most dangerous creations for the sake of the outside world. The purpose already served. Do you see that?
Whatever helps the cause.
And I have to say, there's quite a bit of irony in the fact that the technology that helped the Germans launch their super world, their new order, is based off of a Jewish society.
Apparently he spent the last 14 years in a madhouse.
I heard he
Sorry.
That would explain a lot, wouldn't it? You'd have to be crazy to break into Eisenbahn and Belitza. Make it back alive.
I think he's brave.
Brave and crazy.
Sup?
It's him.
What do you want, Blaskowitz?
Looking for the welder. You seen it?
No, I don't think so. Oh, wait a minute. No, you're right. I was meaning to sort out the railing over by the secret fountain entrance. Fucking thing fell out of my hand into the water. I'm a bit busy at the moment, but you want the welder, you go right on ahead and start swimming. The door to the secret fountain entrance is in the main room behind the table. Over there. You should find the welder somewhere down.
Sorry, it's just my wedding ring. It's gone. I'm always so clumsy. I lost it when we got back. It's not worth much, but it's all I have left of you. Dear Sebastian.
She said that she dropped it when she got here, so I'm gonna assume it's in the hangar.
Have already been made, and they are not going to be changing, given all the variables and the proper methodology, obviously.
What will happen will happen, eh?
Oh, it's Mombate.
Sorry, pal. Don't mean to, derail your train of thought, but I need to get through that door.
Please. What I think about, I'd rather not think about.
That bad, huh?
Jay would think that when Jay seen what I have, your mind would break like an egg. How come it has not? Well, maybe it has begun already and I just don't know it.
World changing. No matter who you are or what you're made of. Thing is, you and me, we just gotta ride the whirlwind. Make it through to the other side.
And kill all the Nazis?
And kill all the Nazis.
I would drink with you in celebration, Veneer, that time comes.
Your honor.
I love BJ. In almost every other Wolfenstein game, he's either a douchebag or super silent. This is the only game that actually gave him a heart and soul. Wolfenstein 2 even goes way, way, way into depth with BJ's backstory in a way that no other game has.
Mein Mann wollte immer schon mal auf Großwildjagd gehen. Ich würde so gern einen Elefanten sehen.
Tja, wo ich war, gab es keine Elefanten. Aber es muss bestimmt noch welche geben.
Right now, it's also say, look at the mission, new master say, look at the mission, too. I'm not even sure the fuck I'm supposed to be going. Makes a satisfying clink. Oh, shit. Strobe. Huh. With strobe attachment, this produces a blinding flash of light, which temporarily disorients any target facing it. Huh, okay.
Ja, gnädige Frau?
Ich würde gern jemanden sehen.
Und wen?
Eine Nachbarin. Ihr Sohn verhält sich irgendwie seltsam. Ich habe ihn durchs Fenster beobachtet. Er hat den Lippenstift seiner Mutter ausprobiert.
Gnädige Frau, ich kann solche Dinge nicht entscheiden. Wenden Sie sich bitte an das Bürgerinformationsbüro, ja? Wissen Sie, wo es ist? Einfach die Straße runter und dann links, ein braunes Haus. Sie können es nicht verfehlen. Dort können Sie das
Gerne.
sehen. Einen schönen Tag noch.
Gerne.
Gut. Vielen Dank, Herr Offizier.
Oh shit. My bad.
All that work for a lousy welder. Next time you go get it, Fergus.
If we're going to steal a Nazi U-boat, I need set to repair that thing on the table.
He should go
How
up.
can this
That's
work?
all I need. Actually, would you deliver this note to Anya? She will need the frequency of the transponder to track the thing.
Like I'm the goddamn errand boy.
William. Do you have a moment?
Hast du Platzgewetz gesehen? Schon wieder mit dieser Unsinn. Mein Gott, was ist nur los mit diesen Leuten?
I want this. With you. Like this. Always.
It will happen, William. Believe it.
Schon wieder die Lottery. Wir lieben.
But not today.
Listen to my voice, Blazkowicz. Where you are now, inside sewage tunnels, the intestinal tracts of the city. And deeper below, the Berlin catacombs, the West complex, the most secure site in all Berlin, the central munition stockpile of the Nazi regime. The things we could do with those weapons. Riot, or we revolt. This access route is waterlogged, impenetrable to outsiders. There's only one way to breach across the perimeter. It's a tunnel glider. The Nazis use them for maintenance down there. We've been trying for years to bring it up to working order.
Now, this mission, chapter 10, right? This right here is where this game starts to get fucking awesome. Begins the last act, the last 6 chapters, And this is where this game starts to kick ass.
Of the plan to gain access to Set's underwater safekeep. Use the tunnel glider to find a way into the weapons depot in the Berlin catacombs. Anya has agreed to track your position over the transponder and provide tactical support. Good luck there, Blazkowicz. These are deep waters. William, can you hear me? You have to make your way all the way through the sewer tunnels and into the Berlin catacombs. I'll try to guide you through. You might have to exit the tunnel glider to neutralize obstacles in your way. Don't lose track of the tunnel glider. It's your only source of oxygen.
I was a kid. The red tide was rising. Went in the water on account of disobeying father. Felt like my skin was on fire. Like my skin was on fire.
You are right underneath the Eisenwald prison now. Caroline told me a few inmates tried to escape through the sewer system with some valuables a few years ago. They didn't make it very far.
13 years old. From the pond by the stables. Came out covered in leeches. Crazy, filthy leeches.
William, I have something I want to tell you. I've been reading this diary my grandmother gave me. It's my cousin Ramona's diary.
This story is very important.
Asylum. She's dead now, but she had many secrets inside of her, and there was no one she could trust to keep them. So she wrote them all down.
Gabby's
I will
doing now.
radio the diary entries to your audio log. If you find the time, you can listen.
See, fuck, that's pretty.
The section you are in now, it's been out of commission for a long time, but some machinery might still be manually operable.
Swam many water in my days. And as cold as this.
Yeah. Well, I play a lot of stuff, man. Try to keep it varied. Don't want to be known for one game. Don't want to get pigeonholed into only playing one game.
To regulate overflow, you will
I want people to come to my streams to watch me. You know, you get like a notorious for one game, and then that's all you can play. I've seen it happen to way too many streamers. Fucking Ninja is like one of the biggest streamers in the world. But if he doesn't play Fortnite, nobody gives a fuck. And honestly, I just have a wide variety of interest in games. I like a lot of different types of games, like horror, like action, like first person, like third person. Like, I just naturally gravitate to a lot of different things. I enjoy gaming in all its forms. Yeah, exactly. People literally are basically trapped into playing games they don't want to play because it's their source of income. If you get people to come... Yeah! Yeah, trust me. Trust me. You haven't, like, the hype that I feel, man. Okay? The only thing I think is stupid is them saying it's fucking Metal Gear Delta. Because they don't want to say 3. I guess they don't want to scare off newcomers. But other than that, I'm fucking stoked. It's great that they're bringing the fucking Metal Gear collection to modern systems. And it sucks that we don't have a release date for it.
Swam across Forney Lake on a bed over 10 soldiers. It wasn't as dark as this.
But yeah, it sucks that we don't have a release date because it means it's probably going to be a long time until we see it. Probably next year at the earliest. Which honestly kind of would make sense because next year's the 20th anniversary. Next year is the, the 20th anniversary for MGS3, so I could see that happening. You know, it's kind of insane that we're living through a day and age where we're getting Silent Hill 2 remake and fucking Metal Gear Solid 3 remake. I didn't see that, you know? And then, yeah, it's finally awesome to be able to play the series on modern consoles. Hopefully at 4K. I would assume if they're going to remaster the games for modern systems that we would get 4K. Like, if they were just 1080p, like the original HD collections, that would be fucking weird. And we're finally getting Metal Gear Solid 1. Every time they did the remasters before with the HD collection, they just kind of conveniently left out Metal Gear Solid 1. Even when you bought the Legacy collection, you just got a download code for the fucking PSN version of Metal Gear Solid 1, which is basically just, an emulation. So this is really going to be the first honest-to-goodness remaster of the first Metal Gear game. And on top of that, they said, Volume 1, clearly on the title, and that kind of excites me, because that means that conceivably, we can finally get a Metal Gear Solid 4 that's never been re-released anywhere ever, and Peace Walker, and last but not least, seeing as how they're doing this as a next-gen PS5, we could actually get a fucking remaster of Metal Gear Solid 5. That would blow my fucking mind. A next-gen version of Metal Gear Solid 5? Hell yes. Here, let's see what you're saying. Yeah, I agree. Okay, yeah, I agree. I understand what you're saying about right. Problem with it was the bait and switch. They literally kept it a secret until the last moment, until the game went out in stores. I think that's one of the reasons why it's so reviled. I think if they had... just told people that Raiden would be the protagonist, there would have been some backlash initially, but people would have given it a chance. I honestly think it was the secrecy and people thinking the game would have Snake in it that killed them, like, as the character. Because you have to understand that they didn't just not show footage, okay? They would literally take footage from the plant chapter, and they would take Raiden, or Raiden, however you want to say it, and they would replace him with Solid Snake. So even in the later portions of the game, they were showing fake footage. So, you know, they deliberately lied to people to keep it a secret. So a lot of people went out to stores and bought the game expecting to get a Solid Snake game and got a Raiden game. And that's why they were fucking pissed. Yeah. And I have to agree. I don't think he should have done that either. I think he should have just told the truth. We're doing a new game with Raiden. And I don't think the backlash should have been so severe. But, you know, I'm sure you can see exactly what I mean, though, man. Where, you know, imagine you're getting super stoked for months. Imagine you did play Metal Gear 1. Then you're going to Metal Gear 2. Or Solid 2. And you're thinking, oh, it's Snake. And then you go to the store, you buy it. And then you get it home, and then you play past the Tinker chapter, and it's like, what? But yeah, Metal Gear Solid 2, I won't say it's a bad game. I will say that I do personally prefer Metal Gear Solid 3 to 2. I'm a fucking Big Boss guy. I prefer Big Boss to Snake. I prefer Big Boss to everybody. Big Boss, in my opinion, is the GOAT. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, like, so I'm saying, like, the sky's the limit. It's cool that we're getting 1, 2, and 3 in a modern collection. And it's also cool that in the rush for the remake, they're not pushing over the original game. So they're like, you can buy the remake of Metal Gear Solid 3 if you want to, but if you want to play the original, we've got you covered. So for purists, that's great. And it also gives people who didn't play the original or want to recatch up, time to recatch up and get reacquainted before the remake, which I think is a smart idea. And like I said, that's the Volume 1. They could bring Metal Gear Solid 4 in Volume 2. They could do Portable Ops. Portable Ops has never been re-released anywhere, ever. I have it on PSP, but there's no modern way to play it. They remastered Peace Walker, they didn't do Portable Ops, and they could remaster Peace Walker. After all, the last time the Peace Walker got a version was fucking, 3. 360 and PS3, I mean. Then they could do a next-gen version of Metal Gear Solid 5. PS5, 4K. I mean, the most we got was 1440p on PS4 Pro. Oh, man, imagine Metal Gear Solid 5 at 4K with max settings, because PC, they took it way further than the PS console version did. Boom. They could even, if they wanted to, include Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, remaster that fucking game. Maybe it's not a core Metal Gear game, but a lot of people like it. I didn't, I thought it was okay. It wasn't really what I was after. I come to Metal Gear game, for stealth, and I understand why people like Rising. But that's.
Dove down the well to salvage Father's watch, but it wasn't as deep as this.
And they could use all of those to bridge the gap. While people are fucking biding their time, waiting for Metal Gear Solid 3 remake, they can be sitting there, re-releasing all these games to help bridge the gap between re-releases. That way, by the time we finally get Delta, the entire series has been re-released on modern systems.
Above you are the catacombs. There's an elevator that can take you right into the weapon.
And honestly, like, that's a very good way to do things because you can build up to it. And people can go through the whole series building up hype for the new game. You know? The only problem I have, and I guess that, it's just me being nitpicky, is I really would have liked if they had used all the improvements that the 3DS version of Snake Eater had. From what I gather, the version of Metal Gear Solid 2 and Metal Gear Solid 3 are basically at their core the HD collection ports, but upgraded. And those are fine. I mean, those are great, but the 3DS version, Snake Eater 3D, actually added a lot of cool shit and actually improved the mechanics. They added the fucking melee system from Peace Walker and Metal Gear Solid 5, the modern CQC. They added crouch walking because that was one of the hardest things for me to do to get into Metal Gear Solid, get into the older games, was the fact that you can't crouch and walk at the same time. You either are fucking full walking or prone. Like, that just kind of drove me wild. That was actually what stopped me from playing them for a while. I eventually went through and got into them and beat Metal Gear Solid 3. But it's still, and stuff like that. Like, it added all these tweaks, like the crouch walking and the modern melee system, as well as an auto camo system and a simplified medical system to help ease that. And those were all great, but the problem was it was on 3DS and it ran like fucking ass. It ran like the original MGS3, which I love Metal Gear Solid 3, but it could get down to like 15, 12 frames a second on PS2. It was a game that was like pushing the PS2 to the fucking breaking point. In fact, the plan originally for Metal Gear Solid 3 was to be on PS3. And then they found out that Sony wasn't coming out with the technology for PS3 anytime soon. So we have to make do with PS2. So the foliage, all that, they pushed the PS2 to the fucking breaking point. There's a reason why Metal Gear Solid 2 runs at like 60 FPS, and 3 spends most of its time at like 15. Well, obviously until they did the HD remasters, thankfully they, made 3 60 FPS finally. But, and the 3DS version made all these improvements, but it ran like the base version. So, ideally, my best scenario would have been to take that version of the game and upgrade that. That way we get all the gameplay improvements without the fucking 15 FPS. But, instead we're getting 3. So, it's fine. Like I said, I just like being able to crouch walk and have the more modern CQC system, where it's on the right trigger and the holds and shit like that. So, it was basically like they took the melee system from Peace Walker and they incorporated it into Metal Gear Solid 3. And I thought that was great. So, but like I said, it's not a deal breaker. I'm just happy to have them at all, So, and, it makes me feel incredibly old, but there's a shit ton of people. Oh, God, got dust on my drink. There's a shit ton of people who now have not played Metal Gear Solid 3, who have only vague ideas of it, or they're like, my dad played it, as old as that makes me feel to fucking talk about it. There are totally people out there who's like, I used to watch my dad play Metal Gear Solid 3. So, fans like me, fans like you, can get into the series and finally play it on modern hardware without having to lug out the fucking PS2, grab the PS1, and newcomers can get into it in the best way possible because, I'm 27. I don't know how old you are. I'm 27. I turned 27 on May 18th. I just turned 27. So when Metal Gear Solid 3 came out, the first one, the original version, not Subsistence, I was 8. And then when the remastered version came out with the 3D camera, I was 9. So I was a kid. And Yeah, man, it's fine. Trust me, dude, you're in good company. I don't discriminate, man. No, that's fine, dude. 37, woo! I mean, like I said, trust me, dude, you're in good company. I have people of all age ranges in my chat. I've had people who are 40 to 50. I've had people who were like 17. I've even had a couple of kids come into my chat, although that made me feel uncomfortable. Not because, like, oh my god, they're kids, but because I curse a lot, and I'm really self-conscious about it. Like, I don't give a fuck about cursing. I curse all the fucking time, as you can tell. But that's because we're all adults. But, like, when a kid comes into the chat, I'm like, oh, shit. I don't want to make a bad impression. Like, you know, if, like, I'm the reason why a kid starts cussing, that's gonna fucking haunt me. So... But yeah, I pretty much, man, been a lifelong fan of Metal Gear. My dad played the first game on PS1. I watched him. I was very small. I watched him play Metal Gear Solid 2. I remember my dad got Metal Gear Solid 2 on launch day. And, you know, and then Metal Gear Solid 3, my dad got that on launch day and I played it. Tesla. Oh, hey, that's awesome.
In these munition stocks there is a cargo train. The train is packed full. Small arms, artillery shells, torpedoes and such for distribution to the Nazi war machine. We will steal this train. Small arms we can use to strengthen our fighters, but the real target is securing the torpedo delivery.
Although, I'm admittedly in the minority here, man. Because my favorite Metal Gear game is 5. A lot of people will sit there and talk shit about 5, and they'll say, you know, that the story sucks. I love the story of 5. I think to this day, we're gonna have to wait. We're gonna have to see how the Delta's going to do it, because they've already confirmed, Konami's already confirmed, it's not just going to be a graphical update. They're completely modernizing the gameplay of Metal Gear Solid 3. So, it should set a new standard for the series. But thus far, the stealth game I have played with the best fucking gameplay has been Metal Gear Solid 5. It's been almost 8 years now. It's been 8 years now almost. September 1st is when Metal Gear Solid 5 came out. And it's, yeah, almost 8 years. Fuck me. And I have never played a stealth game that has better gameplay than Metal Gear Solid 5. It's been almost 10 years since MGS5 came out, and I still think it is the fucking pinnacle of stealth gameplay. Like I said, I have yet to play a single stealth game that has better gameplay and controls than MGS5. It was fucking immaculate. And, I mean, there's not really any open world games that are stealth games like MGS5 either. So even though it's been nearly 10 years since that game came out, it's still one of a kind. So I honestly think it has aged fucking beautifully. Actually, I can't really show you because it's on my phone, and my phone, you can't even really see anything on my phone on the goddamn camera because the glare. But I actually have photos of me at the Metal Gear Solid 5 launch. I remember literally having that fucker pre-ordered, going down there to GameStop at midnight, waiting in line. I was one of the first people to get it, and I actually they had a cardboard box as a joke, and me and my friends both got pictures of us hiding in a cardboard box at GameStop at that launch. Great times. And like I said, you can bet your ass that I'll be getting fucking Delta day one. And the remaster, whenever that comes out. I'm hoping we're going to get a release date soon, because they said fall. They weren't very specific, but, I mean, it's almost June, so the end of fall is fucking November. So, I would hope that it's coming soon. And the Metal Gear games have a habit of launching in, like, September, so I could easily see this coming, September. Yeah. I'm also really excited for the new Amnesia game. I don't know how familiar you are with the Amnesia games, dude. Oh, he's right there. But I'm a big fan of Amnesia. I have been since, like, the beginning. I've played all of the games. And they have a new Amnesia game. Well, okay. Have you played Outlast? Yeah, the Amnesia games are fucking great, dude. I agree. They're great. Have you played Outlast? Any of the Outlast games? There's that fucker. I see you. Fucking Nazi bastards. Yeah. Do you not prefer first person games or? Okay. Gotcha. I can sort of see that. Like I said, I personally like both. I play third-person games, as you've seen, and I obviously play first-person games. I think first-person is better for immersion. I think first-person works really well when it comes to horror, because it puts you in the shoes, so to speak, in the eyes of the person, and I think it's more immersive. So I think that when you're in a horror game, first person kind of amps up the tension. That's not to say that third person horror games are bad. Obviously, I love Resident Evil and Dead Space, but I'm just saying, like, for me, having it be in the eyes of the person you're walking in is good. Plus, when you're playing first person, you have a much more narrow perspective compared to third person, and they can use that to do all kinds of sleights of vision around the character. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can play with your blind spots. And in another type of game, that might be like, oh my god, I'm getting attacked off screen. But in a horror game, it's like, where is it? I can't see it. Fuck. But yeah, no, I was just gonna say, like, typically speaking, the Amnesia games have no combat. Them and Outlast share that in common. That's why I mentioned Outlast. They are horror games that have a focus on running and hiding. Honestly, I would say that Amnesia is probably the horror game that kind of invented that craze. Like, there was a time for a couple years where, like, every game was like that. Because Amnesia was just fucking a wild success. Like, the first Amnesia game became a huge YouTube sensation, and I swear to God, more people watched Amnesia than played it because of, like, Markiplier, PewDiePie, their careers basically took off fucking streaming Amnesia. So, typically, that's what you would get with Amnesia. You have to manage your light sources, your fuel in your lantern, otherwise you can't fucking see, and matches, and that's what it is. And they're coming out with a new Amnesia game. It was going to be this month, but they delayed it to June 6th. And this one is entirely different because you actually have a gun and you shoot shit. And it's closer to something like a Resident Evil game than it is to a classic Amnesia game. And I think that's really interesting because this is almost like a total shift for the series. And also because I'm a really big history buff. and it's a great setting. It takes place in World War One in a German bunker, and I think World War One is a time period that doesn't get enough coverage. And there was some really heinous shit being done in German bunkers, so I think the potential there is really fucking cool. So I'm really looking forward to the new Amnesia game, and I think it's only $30. I remember hearing, so it's not even full price. So, and I am a horror gamer. I love horror in all of its forms. I love horror movies, love horror games, and we don't get as much horror as I'd like. Horror is still more of a niche audience, so I generally keep my eyes open and, keep a lookout for upcoming horror games. So it's definitely on my radar. Asshole. I don't know, man. Is there... Yeah. Well, I guess there you go. You can always get your horror thrills vicariously through me. I'm not gonna go through it, but I'll watch you get mentally traumatized. Good luck with that. No, but I don't know, man. Was there anything else you were excited for from the Sony showcase? I mean, yeah, Metal Gear is great, but there's a lot of great shit in that showcase. I'm actually really excited for a lot of the stuff there. I think it was a pretty damn solid showcase all in all. Sony brought the heat. If I was Microsoft, I'd be feeling kind of uncomfortable. I've already talked before about how I like Microsoft, and I think they are worth playing, but they have not had many games come out recently, and the one they did come out recently, Redfall, was a pretty spectacular failure. Right? Yes. No, I totally get it, man. I totally get it, man. Fucking Spider-Man, 1,000%. 1,000%. I have platinumed Spider-Man Remastered on Spider-Man PS4, and you automatically, can get the platinum if you upload your save. 100% completed Spider-Man PS4 and all of its DLCs. I put a shit ton of time into Spider-Man, man. So I'm right there with you. I have been a lifelong Spider-Man fan. Ever since I was a kid. As early as 5 years old, I was reading Spider-Man comic books. I have always been fucking nuts for Spider-Man. So, yeah. I will say this, okay? And I'm not trying to be a bitch. I think Spider-Man 2 looks great. I think having Miles and Peter in a game with different gameplay, great. I think expanding the playable space outside of Manhattan is great because there's so much more to New York besides just Manhattan, and Manhattan's kind of been fucking done to death. Not to mention the fact that Peter Parker's from Queens, so it's cool to be able to go to his hometown. I hope they expand more than just Queens. Otherwise, most of the map is going to be recycled from Spider-Man PS4. I think the gliding is cool as shit. I mean, in Spider-Man's first appearance, literally his first comic book, he has the fucking wing flaps. So them doing that and gliding is fucking awesome. Now, not only do you have the swinging and the pouncing and all that, you got the gliding. And I think that's cool as shit. The symbiote's great. I'm super stoked to see the black suit arc because we've never seen it properly done. You had it butchered in Spider-Man 3. And then the Venom movie did it without Spider-Man, even though Venom was made in the comic books for Spider-Man. Doing fucking Venom without Spider-Man is insane. He was literally created for Spider-Man. That's why he wants to fucking get Spider-Man, is to bond with him again. So, yeah. I'm not going to go around about that. And Kraven the Hunter is a very underappreciated Spider-Man villain that I'm super stoked to see getting his time in the spotlight. He doesn't get that many appearances. My only real complaint with it, and like I said, I'm not trying to be like a dick or anything, is that graphically it looks better than Spider-Man remastered in Miles Morales, but not by as much as I hoped. Yeah, because like in the new Spider-Man game, Venom comes from his chamber. Because at the end of Spider-Man PS4, you saw the black goo and the shit. I'm assuming that's where Venom comes from in this universe. I think it's the 616 universe. I'm just saying, like, it looks better than Spider-Man, and even the remaster, but it doesn't look nearly as good as I hoped graphically. Like I was expecting, with it being a PS5 only game, it always being developed around PS5, that it would be a radical step up, and it looks very similar graphically to Miles Morales and Spider-Man. And like I said, I don't care. Those games still look good, and I'm still going to play the shit out of this game. It looks fucking amazing. It looks more iterative on Spider-Man than anything, and I thought, like, that was kind of disappointing to me. Whereas, like the point I'm trying to make, like, look at Silent Hill 2 remake. Fucking insane graphics. Look at Final Fantasy 16. I'm not sure how, like, big you are on Final Fantasy, but the difference between Final Fantasy 15 and 16 is fucking insane. You can clearly see a fucking generational leap. Jedi Survivor. Yes, the Jedi Survivor is buggy as fuck. Yes, it runs like shit, admittedly, okay? But the graphics in Jedi Survivor are fucking ridiculous. The difference in graphics between Fallen Order and Survivor are insane. So I was just kind of expecting, like, Spider-Man, especially with it being a Sony company, would just be, you know, oh my god, the new pinnacle of graphics. And instead it just looks like extra bells and whistles on top of Spider-Man. But like I said, like, I'm trying to couch that because I'm really excited for the game. And honestly, it's not that much of a big deal. I was just expecting, like, a dramatic showcase for PS5, and that's not what this is. So, also, I have to hope that, it's going to have a 60 FPS option. All of their games thus far have. And I don't want to go back to playing Spider-Man 30 FPS again. Huh. Like I said, that's not in any way to shit on the game. I think the game is going to be fucking awesome. And it does look great, you know? I just okay, I don't know if you've played the Uncharted games, okay? But if you look at the difference in technology between Uncharted 3 on PS3 and Uncharted 4 on PS4, it was like, holy shit! Wow, fuck me. This looks so much better. And that's kind of what I thought was going to be, Spider-Man 2. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Like, that's my hope. With it not being a graphical leap like that, 60 FPS is still on the table. I honestly think Spider-Man shines at 60 FPS. Like, the combat in Spider-Man is so great. And I'm really looking forward to playing it, so. And I think PS5 is going to have a great year this year, but I'm just saying, like, yeah. Like I said, I'm not sure how familiar you are with Final Fantasy, but, like, holy shit, Final Fantasy 16 looks insanely impressive. Apparently, I was actually researching more about Final Fantasy 16 yesterday, and apparently they were actually one of the very first people in the entire world to get their hands on PS5 hardware. They decided very early on that they were going to make it for next gen and not do cross gen at all. And Sony was so adamant about getting them to do a next major Final Fantasy and be a Sony exclusive that they gave them access to like the earliest iteration of PS5 hardware. Like they were accessing next gen shit in like 2015. They were working with PS5 hardware before PS5 was even a thing. Yeah, no, I understand being hit and miss with Final Fantasy. I mean, Final Fantasy, each game is so different, man. Like, there are some games where it's like, if I like this game, I'm going to like this one. But with every Final Fantasy game having a different gameplay, different cast of characters, different aesthetic, you can't guarantee that you're going to like this one. I'm really excited for this one because the hack and slash combat, it's closer to Devil May Cry than the standard Final Fantasy game. And I am very stoked for the return to medieval. We have not had a Final Fantasy game have a medieval setting, in single player anyway, because 11 and 14 were medieval, since 2000, Final Fantasy 9. So it's been fucking 23 years since we had a medieval game. I love medieval games. I'm a big high fantasy. So I'm super stoked to see Final Fantasy returning to that time period. That's so great. You know what I'm saying?
Anyone following you?
No.
What do you mean, no? Yes?
I have a friendly face. Delivers to Senebeliat. Alles in Ordnung, Horst? Du, nimm nicht so viele Kisten, sonst merken die, dass etwas nicht stimmt. Ja. They supply the torpedoes to all the Nazi U-boats in Europe. You will hide in the torpedo. Horst will slip it back into main supply. And you will wake up on a U-boat for breakfast time. Once we have a U-boat, we take it to Set's secret safekeep, yeah? Sailors, get in the way. Bang bang soda pop.
Come on, man. I'll fuck the pig, you just hold the ears.
Okay, career Johnny. Get in the torpedo. Once you board the U-boat, patch this thing into the communication room and raise the antenna buoy. We need radio contact.
But overall, I think it was a very, very solid showcase. And oh my god, Dragon's Dogma 2 looks so fucking awesome.
Too far out of reach. For now, I just miss the light.
Oh my god, I'm so fucking stoked for Dragon's Dogma 2. That is a game I never thought was coming. It was such a great game, but it was a niche interest, It has such a devoted fan base. There was no other game like Dragon's Dogma. And because it sold well enough to make a profit, but it wasn't like, oh my god. And because the creator moved on to other things, I thought it was never going to happen. And now we got our first look at gameplay for Dragon's Dogma 2. It looks fucking awesome. I don't know, man. What game are you most excited for this year? Obviously, you know, Metal Gear Solid isn't coming out this year, so... What 2023 game are you just fucking... Can't wait to play? Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't play a whole lot of, I don't play a whole lot of strategy games. It's not really my forte. I played some Civ and I like Civilization. I have Civ 6 on Xbox. But I have heard very good things about that game. Not just from you. So it's good to see that you're enjoying it, man. And yeah, Spider-Man 2, definitely. They didn't announce the release date for Spider-Man 2, which I think is kind of weird, but it's already been leaked to September. They had an advertisement go ahead early that said it was coming in Australian summer, and if you know anything about Australia, their summer is actually our fall. And then Tony Todd, the voice actor of Venom, accidentally leaked that the game is coming in September, and then he actually was not only forced to apologize, but had to delete the tweet, but still out there on the internet, and he's the actor for Venom, so, like... You know, and if he had just left it up, I would say that it could just be conjecture. Oh, there you go. Well, I don't know where you live, man. I mean, you live in fucking Timbuktu for all I know. But, Tony Todd, if they had just left it up, I would think, oh, it's just a conjecture, or it's an actor who don't know any better. The fact that they took it down, Insomniac took it down, tells me that is. So it looks like, you know, September, in which case, hurrah, we're only like 4 months away. And it makes sense because, you know, Spider-Man, you know, PS4 launched in September. So, you know, keep the fucking timeline going. Yeah, this is where this game gets ridiculous. You can fucking dual-wield shotguns. And not only can you dual-wield shotguns, they have ricochet shells. That's just insane. Surprise, motherfucker! Hope you're right with German Jesus, cause you're gonna meet him today. Say Auf Wiedersehen to German Jesus. But yeah, absolutely, man. So are you like, would you say you're more of a PlayStation guy or more of an Xbox guy, man? Okay. Definitely, okay. Yeah, see, I can appreciate Xbox, man, and I definitely, like Xbox. I think the backwards compatibility on Xbox is great, but yeah, I've always been a Sony fan. And the reason is really simple, as I've said. In my opinion, video games, for a video game system, games are king. It does not matter how good your system is, doesn't matter how good the interface is, doesn't matter how good the graphics are. The games are fucking king. And I think consistently, Sony has had the best exclusives. So I will always prefer Sony just because I think they have the best exclusives. I mean, like, if you compare PS4 to Xbox One, no fucking contest. Horizon, Days Gone, Uncharted, Killzone Shadowfall, Infamous, Knack 2, great games I actually think are really good. God of War 2018, I can't even list them all, man. Like if you... Last of Us, yeah, right, Last of Us 2. Yeah, exactly. I'm right there with you, man. I love The Last of Us. Spider-Man, that we were just talking about. For a long time, Dragon Quest XI was, a PS4 exclusive. It took them like 2 years to come in any other console. So for in many people's minds, Dragon Quest is still kind of a PlayStation thing. Like, so many. Like, and... Shadow of the Colossus remake. I think the Shadow of the Colossus remake kicked absolute fucking ass. And then, they kept crushing it into PS5. Demon Souls remake. I love Demon Souls. I love all the Souls games. I bought a PS4 for Bloodborne. That's why I bought a PS4. No shit. Bloodborne. I literally bought Demon Souls remake for PS5 before PS5 even launched. Like, a pre-order before the system came out. It was the first game I played on my PS5. Fucking Miles Morales, Forbidden West, God of War Ragnarok, like so many, so like Sony has consistently kept crushing it with the exclusives. And I think that is the most important thing. And with Metal Gear Solid Delta coming, with Silent Hill 2 being a PS5 exclusive, with Final Fantasy 16 being a PS5 exclusive, with Spider-Man 2, it doesn't look like their streak of awesome fucking exclusives are ending anytime soon. My friend, he just recently got his PS5, and I told him, I'm like, man, you came in at a good time. Like, now PS5s are not only much easier to get, but, like, you're coming in when there's all these exclusives and all these games already out. Fucking Ratchet and Clank. Honestly, Ratchet, like, the staying power, man, of Ratchet and Clank is fucking stupendous. It is honestly the last real big juggernaut of those PS2, platform mascots that has maintained the test of time. Jak and Daxter's dead. They haven't made a Sly Cooper game in, fucking 11 years. Even then, like, most of the classic Mario 3D mascots are gone. Like, platforming used to be all the rage, as I'm sure you know, because you're 37. The fucking PS1 and PS2 were dominated by fucking platformers. And then it's like when we went into PS3, they just fucking flatline, dead. Now it's hard to find a good platformer, and that actually makes me sad, because I love me a good fucking platformer. Jak and Daxter is my shit. The fact that Ratchet and Clank has managed to not only keep going, but has honestly better than ever. is a testament to its staying power. It's the last of the old platformer guard, and I'm so glad to see that it has maintained a following and stood the test of time. And they were saying, I think they said that a Rift Apart was the best-selling Ratchet and Clank game ever. So it's not only, getting the best games, it's breaking new sales records. So I hope they keep making them. They had a really, really long gap in the series, for a while, where they weren't releasing them in a regular time period. I'm hoping with the huge success of a Rift Apart that we start getting Ratchet and Clank games at a more regular interval. Because, in PS2, PS3, we were getting them all the time, man. We were getting a big-ass Ratchet and Clank game every year. Like, literally, we got Ratchet and Clank 2002, Going Commando 2003, Up Your Arsenal 2004, Deadlock 2005. We got fucking Tools of Destruction in 2007, so that was like 1 year gap. Kraken Time, Into the Nexus, and then we just, it was several years till we got it one, and then it was several more till we got Ripped Apart. So I hope they start making them on a more regular basis. We need more of those classic, platformers, in my opinion. I love platformers. Although, Sonic's been making a comeback too. I kind of fell out of love with Sonic because, I honestly feel like there's more bad Sonic games than good now, man. And I was so tired of being disappointed by Sonic. But Sonic Frontiers was fucking awesome. It wasn't perfect, but it was a serious, serious step in the right direction. And they've straight up said, that this is going to be the new blueprint going forward. So I'm like, okay, I really like Frontier. I'm eager to see what they're doing. And they released all this free DLC, man. They're later this year sometime. They're releasing free DLC that's gonna add in Tails and Knuckles and Amy with new story missions. So they're gonna add 3 fucking characters, and they're gonna add new story content for each of them for free. The old Sega would have charged you fucking tooth and nail for each one of those, a nickel and dimed you. So maybe it's turned around for Sonic, which is great because I love Sonic. I just think that Sonic became shit. I have a Genesis. I have both a classic Genesis and I have the Genesis Mini. So, well represented. And like I said, I love playing Sonic Frontiers. I thought it was great. I'm gonna jump back into it when they release those characters because I'm interested to see how they handle Amy with their hammer, Tails with the gliding, and fucking Knuckles with the fucking punches and. So, and with them introducing these characters and giving them their story mode, it's almost kind of like this is the Sonic Adventure 3 that we never got. Which is fucking dope. I love Sonic Adventure. And you.
Cats in the bag. Bags in the river.
Keep the channel open, Blazkowicz. We are inbound. Tracking your signal. You know what you have here, Captain Blazkowicz? This is the Eva's Hammer, the crown jewel of the Nazi U-boat fleet. There's a nuclear cannon on this boat. Correction. Our nuclear cannon. Some backbone on this here magnificent fucking U-boat, Captain. I'll give him that. Took the decryption keys to the nuclear cannon to his grave.
It won't fire?
Not the nuclear warheads, no. There I was, pining to ram a big proper atom bomb down Deathhead's throat.
So let's find decryption keys.
The actual physical nuclear decryption keys are not kept on planet Earth. They're stored in the Nazi lunar base. U-boat captains are required to learn them by heart. But the lunar base is the most secure facility the Nazis have. It's where they do all their top secret research these days.
What's your point?
Caroline and Anya are working on a bucket HQ.
Ingelach, where are you?
My father taught me this rhyme as a child. Now many other songs for different places.
I love Fergus. I love Fergus. You know cockle-doodle-doo. But yeah, I'm really excited. Oh yeah, fuck. I can't believe we were talking about Final Fantasy 16 and I didn't tell you. You should be happy to know they've already confirmed they're going to release a demo for Final Fantasy 16 a couple weeks before launch. It's going to be free, obviously, it's a demo, but it's going to be quite massive. It's going to be a couple of hours long, so really big for a demo anyway, and it's going to be the entire opening of the game, and your save file will carry into the final game when it releases. So it basically allows you to play the first 3-4 hours of the game and try it out and see if you like it. So, you were talking about, looking for reviews and all that. I mean, I'll do you one better. You can just fucking download the demo and play that. And if you like it, just immediately continue your progress into the main game when it launches. Right? And not only, it's honestly fucking awesome. Not only is it cool that we're getting a demo at all. Most games don't even do game demos these days, especially not for big games. But the fact that it's several hours long and that it's just the opening of the game that carries over is fucking amazing. It's basically like if you're already going to buy the game, like me, I've literally already pre-ordered and paid for FF16. I'm a fucking diehard Final Fantasy fan. I can just play the beginning early because I said they think it'll be right. Yeah, exactly. I really wish more games did demos, but I'm really happy that Square Enix is doing them. And with Square Enix being such a big company, maybe more people will follow suit. Capcom and Square Enix are the ones that really do the big demos. Pretty much every Capcom game that's come out recently has had a demo, which is great. But I knew there was a demo, but I didn't think it would actually let you carry your progress over. That's fucking insane. And see, man, that's partially what gives me tremendous confidence in Final Fantasy 16. I can generally tell when a game is going to be good, man. Obviously, I've made mistakes. I've picked games that sucked. But most of the time, I can look at a game and say, that's going to be great. And I really think that Final Fantasy 16 is going to be something special, man. Number one, worked on it 8 years. They've been working on it since 2015. Okay? Since before 15 even finished. Number two, it has a legendary pedigree. It has one of the most celebrated members of Final Fantasy working on it, and it has the combat designer was the guy who worked on Devil May Cry. That's why the combat looks so fucking insane, because it has a world-renowned combat designer. There is no, number three, it went gold 3 months ago. Fucking Final Fantasy 16 went gold in March. It's very, very rare to see a game go gold that far ahead of release. Normally it's like 2 weeks before. Last but not least, kind of, they are not doing a day one patch. People asked them, obviously, a day one patch. They said they have no plans to do a day one patch. They're testing the game to make sure. But they said that they think the game is in good enough state that it doesn't need a patch. Now, that is a breath of fucking fresh air, man. We've had so many fucking games lately release just fucking broken at launch or require a massive fucking patch on top of a massive download. That for them to have a game that the developer is like, we were already happy with the final state of this game, we're not going to do a day one patch, is like, wow, fucking breath of fresh air. And on top of that, the fact that they're having a fucking demo that's a massive, the opening of the game basically, the first chapters, 2-3 weeks before, shows they are absolutely confident that people are going to play this game and they're going to want to buy the full fucking thing. So you have an 8-year development time, you have a true next-gen showcase for PS5, you have a legendary pedigree of Japanese developers, you have no fucking day one patch because they're that confident in the state of the game, you have them going gold 3 months prior. Man, I have a really good feeling that this game is going to kick ass. I honestly think that what Final Fantasy VII was in the 90s, this game can be now. It can be that to a new generation. I honestly think this game is going to usher in a new era for the franchise. I think I have a special feeling about this game. I think it's going to be fucking big. And I think it's going to take people by surprise, because people are talking about what's game of the year for 2023 going to be. Is it going to be RE4's this, and nobody mentions Final Fantasy 16. And I think it's going to be fucking amazing, and it's going to sweep in and surprise people and be a top candidate for fucking game of the year. Who will say if it'll be the best game, because this year has had a crazy packed amount of great games already, and we've got more to come. But I have a fucking amazing feeling. And Despite being a next-gen only game, despite being a clear showcase of next-gen technology, they have already confirmed that it has a 60 FPS 1440p mode and a 4K 30. So even as pretty as it looks, it's fucking 60. And so we're talking about a massive open world game that's so pretty that runs at 60 FPS. Fuck yes!
I tell you, I have waited
Gotta look at Doom. Right, look at shit. Gotta look at Doom. I'll be nice.
Things happen fast. Our gatekeepers are murdered and somewhat exiled. We had begun to transfer much knowledge to the government who fought the Nazis, and there was hope. For the time, there was hope. Till the Nazis dropped the atom bombs. Well, there was no hope then. I remember when the Das Jugend would gather in places like this, it was brimming with life, and the channels of nature was open, but now, I think we may be the...
And like I said, for me, it's not so much a chance to try out the final game as it is an early thing, because it's going to be the opening chunk of the game, and your progress is going to review. It's basically allowing me to play a section of the game 2 weeks early. So I'm fucking stoked, but I've been telling that because there's a lot of people who are on the fence about this, and like, well, try out the demo. I even have a friend besides you who's curious about Final Fantasy. She's played some, but she's not what I would call like a Final Fantasy fanatic like me, or even like an occasional fan like you. So I'm like, well, play the fucking demo. You have a PS5? And she's like, oh, hey, I will. So like, I've already seen people like, holy shit, I'm going to give this a chance. So them making a demo was a fucking excellent idea. And... you know, with this being a new era in Final Fantasy, a lot of people are kind of waiting to see how this is going to go. This is a brand new slate. I mean, obviously, man, you know, every Final Fantasy game is its own new, thing, its own new story, but you can tell the landmark Final Fantasies, Final Fantasy VII, and then you can see the games that followed that, and then Final Fantasy X, that was a revolution. Then 13, whether you like 13 or not, it was a whole new slate for the series. Then 15... so, and that's going to be like this. And on top of that, this is the longest wait we've had between mainline Final Fantasy entries. It's been over 7 years since FF15 came out. We don't normally wait that long, so they put a lot of time and care into this game. And I liked Final Fantasy 15. There were some people that hated on Final Fantasy 15 and said it sucked, and I will admit it's not perfect. I understand why it's not everyone's cup of tea. But I actually love Final Fantasy 13 as well. You were in good company. I love 13. The Grand Pulse section of 13 was fucking amazing. Well, I mean, it's Australian themed. The whole fucking Grand Pulse section is Australian themed. So I bet you got a kick out of that. Not to mention the fact that Fang is like my favorite Final Fantasy female, and she's Australian as it fucking comes. Yeah, no, I love Final Fantasy 13. I did. I'm just saying it's very divisive. Some love it, some hate it. And I didn't assume which one you were, so I was saying whether you like it or not, it was still a clear new start, a new era in the series. And that's what this is. This is one of those major new things. So people are kind of waiting with bated breath, especially because with him going full hack and slash combat.
What do you mean, warning? Yeah, warning, the instructions are old and faded. This we used to get to the main hall. I don't recognize these symbols. Oh, you should go next there, Blazkowicz. I'll cover the rear.
So I'm excited. I really think this game is gonna kick ass.
Very, very good place. Powerful.
And plus, I'm a huge fan of JRPGs. I absolutely fucking love JRPGs, man. Arguably one of my favorite genres in gaming. A good JRPG speaks to me on a level that I can't even surmise. And unfortunately, unlike the golden ages of JRPGs that me and you were used to, PS1 and PS2 were just fucking boom. Final Fantasy VII kicked off a fucking gold rush of JRPGs. we don't get as many these days, and most of the ones we do are smaller budget. So a big, huge, fucking top tier budget JRPG does not come around that often. I can't even think of the last super budget JRPG like this. I think it was Final Fantasy 15. You know, the fuck you budget. So, this even, is an event for me, and it's something I'm gonna savor because I just fucking love JRPGs. And we don't get that many like this.
Huh? Jesus Christ! What the hell is this thing? This is the secret vault up there. Now, first, we need to activate the magnetic fields and create an entryway. This machine here, it controls the electromagnetic field. Yes. Okay, are you ready, Ingele? 1, 2, 3, go!
I don't know, man. What would you say is your favorite Final Fantasy if you had to pick one?
Oh, yes, Mr. Blazkowicz, show me your laser weapon, please.
There. This is the secret prism to make your laser beam attuned to the proper frequency. And you should be able to charge the magnetic coils. You see them? It's up there.
I will work to get this thing going.
What kind of place is this?
This is an ancient place. I don't know this. It's built places like this before mankind knew of the compass. Now, when you're trying your focus, when you have people to share your cards, anything.
Yeah. Well, see, man, I absolutely love Final Fantasy VIII, and I don't think it gets the love it deserves. I also love 15, but I will say if I had to give you my favorite Final Fantasy game of all time, it would be 12. I fucking love Final Fantasy 12. Fuck. There we go. Raven. Okay, never mind. Good. Kelly looking right in there.
And now we ascend. Take us up. Action.
Right, like
No, you go ahead. Tell me, Samuel is not a genius. Gentlemen, this is it. Go ahead, look around. Anything that is useful to you, you may take. Just remember. The sacred space.
Right warm and a snug fit. Yeah, I'm doing well. Though this war has grown a little wearisome. Much of it Nazi nuclear submarine aircraft carrier. After which I donned a deep water diving suit, swam down an abyssal trench in the middle of the Atlantic fucking ocean. Don't mean to bore you with the details. Long story short, I'm now standing inside a secret vault full of things so
I love Fergus.
abnormal in nature, the mind has no recourse but to shudder in bewilderment. Of course, I'm accompanied by a Nazi-killing lunatic and some kind of genius wizard who claims to be on a first-name basis with God Almighty himself. Oh, well, we can only hope for a more stimulating turn of events in the future. Give my love to everyone back home, Fergus.
Roger. I'm sufficiently impressed.
I love Fergus, I really do. Okay, so I have to get the pot. Where? I think is that the... Yes, it is. Then... Oh, okay, here we go.
Come in.
Right.
Come in.
Hey, what you got, Caroline?
We have a lead on those decryption keys for the nuclear camp.
Yeah, we're going to the fucking moon.
It's a troop transport train recalled from the African front. On board is the chief research scientist for Death's Head's latest generation super soldaten program. He's leaving for the Nazi lunar base tonight to oversee the launch of the new super soldaten.
He intercepts a troop transport train, locates the chief research scientist, steals his identity, and use it to permit Blazkowicz to take his seat on the lunar shuttle. Once you're at the lunar base, you need to find the nuclear decryption keys and bring them back to Earth.
How to intercept a high-speed Nazi troop transport train?
Best side will be the Gibraltar Bridge.
Okay, but how?
Set, any ideas?
We can use this one. This is very, very powerful. Where, in English, you can call it... I mean, how's it? Spindly torque. You drop this in front of the train, this will stop anything.
Excellent. Leave right away.
Ah,
The train is a
fucking super suit.
I know what you're thinking, Blasco. No chance. I'm keeping this thing.
You give that to Caroline.
Fucking look at it. Damn monster of a bridge. A Nazi highway to the African front. Fucking genocide enabler.
The train should be arriving at the bridge any moment now.
And yeah, wait till you see what this fucking spindly torque thing does to the bridge. It's just you doing you.
I'm gonna drop off the crazy American. He's got that angry look on him again.
Roger that. Keep up the good work.
See that railway wagon mark number 6? Dangling over the edge like a bundled up horse's head on a broken neck. Says London Nautica on it. That's its chief research scientist should be outside. Drop you off at the nearest safe spot. You head for that Nautica wagon, right?
Alley-oop!
You shoot those Nazis, Blasco. Head towards the dangling Nautica railway wagon. I'll look for a safe drop-off spot nearer to it.
Yeah, I love this game. I don't think this game gets enough credit. Oh, fuck yeah! Oh my god, yes! Fucking rocket launcher attachment and an assault rifle. Sign me the fuck up! People are gonna die! I'm gonna kill all these bitches! Oh, wait. Okay, do I go this way? Or do I go the other way? Man, really fuck that bridge up. You know, the fucking Nazis like, oh, a 9? Oh. Fucking Nazis. Fuck them Nazis! Fuck them! You know, actual Nazis? Because I think in modern society, we've gotten really too comfortable with throwing that term around. It's like, I swear, to some people, To some people, man, literally anybody I don't like is now a Nazi. It's fucking wild.
Should get you closer to the target. More or less.
So what time is it in Australia, man? Trying to get a sense of the time differential. Okay. Wow. And it's fucking 6 here, so you're like 12 hours ahead of. Well, no, you're like 14 hours ahead of me. God damn. I guess it works out though, because I'm up a lot at night, which is day for you. So I'm a bit of a night owl, to tell you the truth.
Inside, Death's chief research scientist, pal. Well, I'm coming for you. Nazi fucking spaceman.
Nazi fucking spaceman. That's funny. Oh, hey, I got more rockets. Fucking sweet. You can never have too many rockets. That's like a fucking rule. And if it's not, it should be. There's no such thing as too many rockets. It does not exist. If you got 99, you can get one more. There's gotta be. I'm trying to figure out how to navigate my ass over there without falling off the goddamn train. Is it this way? No, I don't think so. But there is some shit here. And some health. So it's not entire. Yeah, okay. No. Anyways. Maybe like. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Nope. Okay. Huh. Do I... Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, I think this is the right way. Here's hoping. Or maybe I have to... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, gotcha. I have to climb over to that other car. Okay. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Oh shit. Targeting scope. Hell yeah. Hey, this gun just keeps getting more and more fucking awesome. Holy shit. Yeah. Oh. God, I would not want to do this in real life. No. Really, asshole? Shit, I died. I came around that corner and got my shit fucked up. Alright, let's fucking do it. Ricochet shells are so amazing. Oh, hey. Oh, I'm sorry, can I help you, motherfuckers? Do I have to head this way? It can be a little bit confusing to figure out where I'm supposed to go with, you know, the bridge being so fucked. Oh, okay. Now I just feel dumb. My bad. God, that's satisfying. I mean, dual-wielding shotguns that have 20-round clips each that ricochet is fucking ridiculous in the best possible way imaginable. All right, let's kill some fucking Nazis. Surprise, motherfucker! Okay. Just making sure I don't want to miss anything. Yeah, that's not a oh. Ow. What they can do. What they can do. Well, that's one way to do it. Fuck yeah, first. Get to the chopper!
I've seen a few dimwits over the years. Fucking kids with more self-esteem than sense. Bonafide crazy some of them are. I mean, they talk tough, but they can't back it up. That's what I like about you, Blasco. You're the craziest fucker of them all. You can back up every last ounce of it.
You're goddamn right.
All right, Blasco, back to work. Get out.
Woo! And I'll be taking those rockets. What do you mean below me? Yep. Oh, shit! Woo! Going to the moon! To the moon! And that's not a joke. I'm going to the fucking moon.
We need to move fast. The lunar shuttle leaves tonight from the London Nautica. You will need your equipment up there, but you need to check it as luggage. Not allowed in the passenger cabin. You need to keep a low profile. You may need a shave and a haircut. You certainly need some sleep. You'll You'll need to recover your equipment from the luggage area once you've arrived at the lunar base. Finally, you need
And this level's fucking amazing. Oh, hey, dude. If you're there, still there, Jonathan, man, I actually have a Discord if you ever want to join, man. I'm trying to get solid people into it. Obviously, no pressure. Just a small group of solid bros.
Chefwissenschaftler hin. Wusstest du, dass der Chefwissenschaftler Weißmuller ersetzt wurde?
Caroline, Anya, do you read?
Yes, can you boost the signal? Kovich, can you hear me? What's your status?
Well, I'm on the motherfucking moon.
The mouse on this one. I will clean it out with soap. Now, Blazkowicz, the goal here is to steal the nuclear decryption keys located in the command module. In order to reach the command module, you have to find a spacesuit and walk there on foot. Across the lunar surface.
Affirmative.
I believe in you, William. Spacesuits are kept by the airlock. Your best chance to reach them is first go through the crew quarters, then onwards through the laboratories.
Ah. Bitch. Hey, pretty cool. Laser gun goes pew pew. Not sure where I'm supposed. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, I got a grenade. top up my ammo, you know, just in case I run into some more Nazis, which I have like a 99.99% probability of that happening. I'm not sure where I'm supposed to go. Oh, wait a minute. I'm supposed to cut in. Oh, that's my bad. Oh, hey. Oh, yeah, I forgot there's a special handgun you get on the moon. I mean, literally, it's just the same gun, but white, but, you know, it's kind of cool. Moon gun. Yep, we gotta find them. Oh, there's one Nazi commander right there. Where's the other one? Actually, yeah, so one's there, one... Okay, gotcha. Ah, there that fucker is. I best get this one. Alright, now, we're gonna go guns blazing. No, it's gonna get a good old top up. Fucking Nazis should learn this moon belongs to America.
There should be a service tunnel leading from the crew quarters to the laboratories. Try to figure out a way to access.
Okay. Okay, so they're clearly above me. Oh, there's one right there. Fucking Nazi. Oh, god damn it. Fuck. Hold on, I feel like I can do that better. I feel like I borked that. So we have one... Okay. Now we can fight that fucker. May even be able to lead that fucker into a trap. Yeah, I see you, cocksucker. I gotta top off my weapons. Let's go kill some fucking moon Nazis. Looks like I can't bring my minigun. Oh well. That's one of them. Oh no, that's not creepy at all. Well, let me plug it up. Below me, or he'd have to be below me, right? There's no other level up here. I mean, could he be above me? Or is he further this way? Is difficult to tell with the fucking... Gotta do. No, he's definitely on the top level. There that fucker is. Yeah, that's right, turn around. Turn around, you little bitch. Daddy BJ's coming to make all the hurt go away. God damn it.
There is one more service tunnel connecting the laboratories to the airlock. Can you find it?
We're on the fucking moon, baby! Woo! Ah, good. I was running low. Oh. Oh, he's not even goes my new shit. Guys doing a new oh shit. Guys doing a new. Oh, he's doing a new.
I remember this moment.
New.
Back in the camp. This woman, I know her well. Brazilian, the will of iron, a family gone, all of them yet. Faith kept her going. I cannot believe it's that certainty. For me, in everything, there must be doubt. Otherwise, there's no room to question the plan. Hey, this place, this is the fruit of unquestioned, ferocious conviction. This is where absolute certainty leads.
Yet you are a believer.
I often wonder what kind of a God would sanction suffering such as this, and I question myself whether my faith is misplaced.
Maybe he's testing us.
Well, Egyptian, if he is testing us, we are failing gloriously.
See, the art direction for this game is fucking standout. Oh, there's gotta be a way around that fucker. Here we go. Yeah. You're not telling nobody shit, bro. I know there's more of these fuckers here. Where are they? Oh, maybe they are all dead. Okay. I know we're also has to say the good one. Fuck yeah.
The command module is where the new generation super soldaten are being manufactured. From what we know, there should be a point of entry to the world from that area.
Should find those nuclear decryption keys. Get off this space rock.
Hey, look what I knew.
Alright. I'm printing decryption keys now.
You've done it, Blazkowicz.
Yeah, look what I knew.
Now get your butt back to Earth base, William. Klaus is in London. He will bring you back to Berlin once you land.
Oh shit. Fuck. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You touched my ta-na-na. My ding-ding-dong. Ta-da-da-da. One more refill for the road. Hey, like my new hey, like my new.
Commander Zentrale London Nautica. Transporter Nummer 4. Meine Ladung wurde vernichtet. Ich wurde von einem verdammten Terroristen angegriffen und bin gerade mit dem Leben davongekommen.
Verstanden, Transporter 4. Vollständige Einsatznachbesprechung nach Ihrer Antwort.
Verdammter Mist! Wer ist im Schiff?
Transporter 4. Melden Sie sich. Transporter 4.
Things I've seen in this life. Strange shit that turns your stomach. Turns your hair white.
All right, Captain Cowboy. Roger. This is your buddy boy Klaus Kreuz in the car heading toward the London Nautica. Roger. Find your way down to the parking lot and I will pick you home. Roger.
I've seen 1,000 battles.
The London Nautica is opening fire. I think they are shooting at you.
I've seen the sun set on 5 different continents. I've seen dust rise off the surface of the moon. But all I want is to see you again. Daylight, cold air, still alive it seems.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, that's when this game starts to pick up insane fucking steam. Like I said, this game is fucking amazing, but it really takes its time getting there. You gotta be patient for that. Whoa, let's do it. I'll save it reloading. I'll be right back.
You did this. Don't sit there and smell shit. You did this. Good girl. Good girl. Good job. That's been a lot. Come on.
Sorry about that. I went to wake my dad up, make sure he was ready for work, and then I had to wound up taking out my fucking dog. Well, the family dog. I don't mind doing it, but it wasn't something I planned on. Second, sorry. I knew he was watching, but... I didn't do him. No shit, bro. Fuck you think I'm doing? Open your eye, you cocksucker. Shit. Bitch! Kelly's digging him. Fuck. Gleich nehmen, gleich nehmen.
Captain Moskowitz. I know a lot about you.
Gleich nehmen. Gleich nehmen.
But you call me Death's Head.
Gleich nehmen. Gleich nehmen.
Listen. It doesn't sound right in English. Say it correctly.
Blazkowicz, hate to pile it on, mate, but we're in the weeds over here. No time to mount any kind of defense. I'm on the portable radio. They're inside!
Now I put you in the car, we have to drive! Traveling down Schitt's Creek now, Johnny Cowboy. I hope we can make it back home on time.
Berlin. Come in, Berlin. What's your status?
Getting worse. We don't know how much longer we can stick it out. The place is overrun with Death's Head's men. I think they're being led by your old friend, Frau Engel. Death's Head must have promoted her for her actions at the labor camp.
Caroline's with me. We've taken cover in the helicopter hangar. We're trapped. Nazis fucking everywhere.
Where the others are, I don't know. Some are dead, some are hanging on. It's just a matter of time before they find all of us.
I'm sorry, Anya. I wish you could have seen the skate at dawn. I wanted to take you there.
They're being transported to Death's Head's compound. Caroline, what the devil are you doing?
Trying to get this fucking thing working.
Well, shush, you're plutering, right? Yeah, Blasco, there's one helicopter still on the ground in our hangar. If you hurry, we can take it back, get our people out. Just keep moving. Focus.
see you.
That was
Everything in accordance with the numbers. This day, the number of consequence is 19. And proud, why not? For the math to square, each and every one on our side must defeat 19 on theirs, on average, and then we win. I've been proficient with what you taught me. 11 in the stack. Did I thank you? I can't remember if I thanked him. Should thank the man that is my friend. But I have accumulated an additional 7 through other means prior to this day.
I'm on the move. I need to find Fergus and Caroline. You should come with me.
And violate my model. The model is loyal to universal causality. You ask me to rebel against the laws of nature, don't you see? The road in front of you is long and so hard. I wonder how you will cope. Mine is at its end. On this day. I am glad to have found a friend.
Should be one entryway to the hangar through a sewage tunnel, I think. Be careful, like, this place is brimming with the ugliest fucking Nazis you've ever seen.
I was really sad when Tekla died.
Welcome back to Berlin, Blazkowicz. Our next road is a helicopter. Maybe you can do something about this Nazi problems here. Try not to get Fergus killed, please. He's out of ammo and essentially defenseless. Poor thing.
What's she saying about me? She finally got that strange armor working.
Shit. Alright, I'm gonna end this part here because I'm about to get to the last mission and I'll be back.